I think Piper and I are both really happy about how this competition went. We had an error in Skate Canada. I think we were putting a lot of pressure on ourselves at this event to skate clean and also to try to qualify for the final. And so I think with that added pressure, sometimes it's easy to try a little bit too hard and to overpower things and then actually to make more mistakes. So I think the fact that we were able to stay calm through this competition, to deliver 2 programs without errors, and I think to enjoy both performances and feel really present in both of them, I think was the way that we wanted to end our Grand Prix season. And I think we already have some ideas of where we want these programs to go now, and we're excited to get back home and just let them grow.
I think our creativity, I think what makes us so special is that we're never putting ourselves in a box. We always like to think outside the box, what more can we create each season and what hasn't been done. And that's the same with lifts, elements, choreography, intricate holds. I think we never like to just stick with something we've done already. And I think that's why we like to train every single day, is because we always feel like we're doing something for ourselves. And I think the audience can get behind that because they never know what they're expecting from us, and I think that's why we're so entertaining to watch. And we both have this certain personality and this presence that I think people really see, that we just love to skate. We love what we do every single day, and we like to have that interaction between our fans and friends, and because we feel like it's part of a big family. And I think just as athletes, it's just nice to know that we've got people behind us and supporting us when we go out to skate, because it can be kind of scary. And you know, having Paul by my side and knowing that we've got fans behind us that are just supporting us and wanting us to do our best, it just makes this whole journey worth it.
Yeah, and I think to our coaches, Carol and Iris and John, they've believed in us so much, and I think they give us the space we need to explore. They help us to explore. They help us to reach new places, and they guide us, and they have the same vision as we do for our skating, and I think that's why we feel like we can just really go forward with them. I think for us, you know, our big goal going into just this quad, actually coming out of the Olympic Games, we were really tired, but I think we also recognized that we have a lot of experience now. We've been to a lot of competitions. We've been on the circuit for a long time. And for us, the goal really has to be about winning. Now, I think, you know, of course we enjoy performing a lot, and we want to continue to share our programs and our work with people, but at the same time, we're competing, and the point of competing is to win, and I think that has to be the focus as we move forward. And it's about creating programs, creating themes, and, you know, creating work that people can really get behind, work that people can believe in, work that people can connect with, that they believe in us, that they support us. And I think, you know, hopefully that translates into the results that we want. So we really want to be pushing for the world podium this year. I think we've posted scores that are high enough in order to be there, and it's really a matter of making sure that we're well prepared for competition, that we time things right, that the energy of the programs is not stale when we get to those important events, that we really feel fresh and sharp and ready to give our all.
I mean, it's a long way away from right now, but every quad, we generally have an idea of what we want to create in the next 4 years, and I think our coaches already have kind of the next 4 years planned out for us, just in terms of what we can do to make ourselves the best ice dancers in the world. And that's what we've done even in past quads. You know, every year we've done something so different to push ourselves in new directions so that we can grow as athletes. And now we feel like we've done enough of those different things that now we kind of go back and find our strengths and really put them all into one program. And I feel like that was, Vincent right now is a bunch of different programs put together that have had our strengths, have had our weaknesses, but it was it's all these things that let us shine as people, as athletes. And, you know,
And
I think going into the next 4 years, I think the program and the content is just going to get better and better, because now we're confident in the stuff that we're capable of doing. And I think, you know, getting people behind us and them being confident knowing that we're going to perform and bring solid programs and things that they can just enjoy and love. And, you know, we just got to make sure that the judges are, you know, on the same board with us, because, you know, at the end of the day, they're the ones calling the marks. They're the ones, you know, giving us, you know, they're the ones that are giving us the medals pretty much. So
we need to make sure they believe in us and what we're doing as well. I think it's something that all ice dancers have to deal with. We sort of feel like we get a grasp of how certain rules work, and the moment we feel we get, I don't want to say comfortable with those rules, but we figure out how they work and how we can maximize those rules to our advantage, the rules change again. Yeah. So you're constantly playing this game where you have to reevaluate what you're doing, figure out new things, and find new ways. And I think in some ways it pushes us and it brings out better things in us, that we constantly have to be reinventing ourselves and what we're doing. On the other hand, you know, we think it might lead to better skating on the whole and better ice dance if people have a chance to really get familiar with certain types of construction, certain rules, certain ways of putting things together. Yeah. I think that also allows people to get familiar with how things work and how to build the best programs around the set of rules that we have now, versus kind of experimenting all the time. So I don't think there's a perfect way of doing it, but you know, I think at the same time, you know, we all have to deal with the same thing as competitors. We all have the same rules. We all have to deal with those changes. We all have the same limitations, and we all have our own strengths and weaknesses that we have to work around, and that's part of the game.
Well, I feel like with MK blades, they're iconic. They're like some of the original ice dance blades, and I think for us, it's something that we've grown up on. I've always had MK blades, and it's something that I will always have on the bottom of my feet because they're reliable. You know, every year I know that they're still trying to make sure that the blades are moving forward and they're not, you know, being stuck in the way back days when they had the bones on the bottom of the skates instead of, but you know, they're always trying to move forward with the athletes, and they make us feel comfortable knowing that we've got these solid blades on our feet and that we can go out and do our job. And I think that's one of the most important things, is the only equipment we have is a boot and a blade, you know, so having those things that are reliable is so important for us. And you know, we feel like we're a part of a family. There's so many other ice dancers that are part of the MK family, and you know, it's fun, it's entertaining, and I think the brand itself is just, it's so supportive.
Yeah, I think we've always felt very supported by MK, even from the beginning of our partnership. They were always backing us and keeping in touch with us, making sure we have everything we need, and that makes our job easier, that we know that we can rely on the product, we can rely on the blade, and we know that the people around us are making sure that we're well provided for, and we can just focus on the skating, which is the part that we love to do.
Who's the calmest during training?
Define calm.
Yeah, that's a tricky one. Like, I think I am louder and more boisterous in general, but Piper's more emotional.
Yes.
Like I'm more level-headed.
He's more level-headed, but like my days, I go off of what I'm feeling. I'm a feeler, so like some days I'm just like, I have so much expression and emotion and I'm happy, and then other days where I'm not so happy, you know, like I'm very much like whatever the day brings, that's kind of what I am, and it shows in my skating too. I'm very dynamic because I like to express from everything from life, and Paul's very level.
Yeah, I'm level emotionally, but I'm also like, as I said, I'm extremely over the top and loud and obnoxious.
It's funny. It's like when he's super tired, he gets like obnoxious and loud. You'd think like it would be the opposite, like him being like, oh, I'm tired. Sometimes it's like that, but for the most part, if Paul's singing at 6 o'clock in the morning, he's tired. And then I'm just not impressed. I just sit there and I'm like, It's funny.
Does it work the same way during competitions? Who's the calmest there?
I think we're both. I think we have a good grasp on what we need to be for each other at competitions.
We've been together long enough that we kind of know how each other react a little bit. Like sometimes,
being nervous.
Yeah, we had a really special moment actually before the free dance at the Olympics. Is we were both marking our free dance off the ice, and both of us were just so stiff. Like we weren't talking, we were just like going through the motions, and like both of us like just looked at each other like, we need to chill. Like we need to chill. And it was like, you never know sometimes with a partnership like how far you can take something without offending someone, you know, because they may not feel the same things you're feeling at the time. So both of us, I was like, I don't know if I should say this, but like it was the best thing that we did. We actually took the time to talk to each other and just be like, look, I can feel both of us being so nervous. We're so nervous and so tense that we need to both like calm down. Yeah. But like we both agreed, but like we didn't know who wanted to say it first, like kind of thing. But it was great. Like. Yeah,
she usually takes the initiative in those moments for sure.
Who is the messiest?
Yeah. So we have this long running joke at the rink where Piper's skating bag just has absolutely everything possible in it. There's old bills. There's like a whole closet of clothing. There are books.
You never know.
There's like a gift from a fan from 3 months ago. There's like an accreditation from a competition. There's something random that has nothing to do with skating. And so we have this goal for Piper every competition that she has to have like a clean skate bag with no random objects in it.
I had to make Carol proud. Every time I go, I'm like, Carol, I clean my skating bag, because she's like, it's an embarrassment every time you go. Like I think the first year she didn't say anything because we were still new in the partnership. And then I remember one day she's like, Piper, clean out your skating bag. That's all she said, and I was just like, okay, I will. And now it's like this, I have a sense of pride. I'm like, okay, the day before, I gotta clean out my skating bag. And then I start like painting my skates. It's like a ritual now.
My other favorite is anytime Piper has to dry clean her. Sorry, the trunk's full.
It's just stop. It's just stop. You should see me clean up my car. Like I put it next to like, I don't know, it's in the driveway, and I just like start throwing things on the lawn, and I'm like, the neighbor's probably just like, what is this chick doing? I'm like, cleaning up my car, okay, it's laundry day. Like.
If I come to Canada, I would have filmed that.
Okay. What do you have in my truck? Actually, I just got a new car, so like I'm trying to keep my car super clean, so.
We'll see when I get there.
Yeah, just give me a little bit of time.
All right. Who's the clumsiest?
Yeah.
I am the most awkward. I trip everywhere. I spill food on myself every day. Multiple times a day. I spill water on myself every skating session.
Oh, every day.
Anytime I take a sip of water, I just miss my mouth.
He's just like so quick. He's so quick. Especially at competitions. Like yours is like, he's like, make your mouth, Paul. Make your mouth. So there's not just like a dribble of water just like on his
I often mark choreography like while the coach is talking and I'm doing things and I hit people. Like it's just, I have no awareness.
You have no idea how many times you're like, okay, so you want me to do this? And like, Carol just is like, Paul, what are you thinking? She's standing right there. She didn't move. And he was like, I know, but I thought she was here. Like, no awareness.
Did you ever injure someone during a competition?
No. I mean, there's always like the general.
You're walking around like that.
There's always the craziness of practices that.
Yeah. I think. No one's intentionally trying to like run into people. It's just like we had the practice day before the free dance or yesterday. Like it was chaos. Like everyone was running into each other. We ran into each other because we were avoiding another team. Like some practices go great, and like other practices
are just really hard.
Yeah, it's a
kind
nightmare.
Of lack of how people organize their practice, how the programs work. And
Yeah.
you're skating with these people, that you've never seen their programs before necessarily. You have no idea what their patterns are or where they're going. And you have a limited amount of time to get everything done that you want to get done. And you're also trying to show off and stand out for the judges that are watching. So, you
kind of get lost in the moment too.
Competition practices are always a little bit all over the place. But I don't think...
You never run into each other clumsy that way.
No, it's more myself, if anything.
Tripping or something.
You have, like, broken toes.
He has this thing that Carol's always thought,
I would step on people's feet if I'm walking behind them.
Yeah,
Things like that.
But him on back crossover is like, it's the simplest things. He always just clips it. Like, Carol's like, remember, it's a crossover. Don't fall on that.
Nemesis.
We always have an extra pair of blades ready for you if you need them.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Thanks.
Okay, that's the last one. Who's more addicted to social media?
Me. Actually, it's funny because he got Instagram before me. I was so anti-Instagram when it first came out. I was like, why do people want to see photos? And I'm like, okay, here's a photo. And then I had Twitter, and then he got Twitter. No, did you have Twitter before me too?
I don't know.
I wasn't really a social media person until I moved to Canada.
I got an Instagram quite early. And then about 3 months later, I realized that I had not taken a single photo in that time and therefore had nothing to post and had not posted anything.
Yeah.
And it kind of just disappeared for 6 or 7 years.
Yeah, and then he kind of started to pick it up and so then I started tagging him in everything. And so now it's to the point where his friends look at my social media to know what Paul's up to because he doesn't post very often. So but for a long time you posted absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
He had 1,000 followers with no photos. But it looked like the account he just started and never hasn't put a photo up. So everyone was hoping that one day that he's gonna put up a photo.
I wanted to follow I think it was Kendrick Lamar who waited till he had 4 million followers before he made his first post. But alas, it was not today.
No.
I think
You settled for 1,000. That's not bad.
Hi, it's Piper and Paul here. We just want to say a big thank you to all the people that have been supporting us through the years, that have sent us so many encouraging messages, and that really believe in our skating and what we're trying to do and what we're trying to achieve. We thank you so much for connecting with our work and reaching out to us, and we hope you keep enjoying the programs that we put out.
Yeah, absolutely. We love you all so much, and thank you for being our best supporters.
Thank you for the interview. It was my
Thank you.
pleasure.
Yeah,
thank you.
Always a joy.
See you guys again.
Yeah, thank you.
And good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.